Whoa, America selects Super Tube. And let's get into the news now. Ladies and gentlemen, in our last video, we was building on Megan Thee Stallion Act 2, building on Megan Thee Stallion selling 41K, and of course, we was building on the hotties getting on my ass. And right now, on Twitter X, you guessed it, they're still on my ass. We're gonna speak about a different angle of Meg's career today, because I'm gonna keep it a being with y'all, America. When Megan Thee Stallion first came out, she was every woman's spirit animal. For a good 2 years, for a good 3-4 years, Megan Thee Stallion was every woman's spirit animal, America. I kid you not. Do y'all remember that vibe when Megan Thee Stallion first came out? When I look to my left, y'all know how Meg be doing the every single woman was I'm like, yo, what do you like, yo, that You feel what I'm saying? Megan Thee Stallion had that vibe because she had the baddie vibe. She's from down south. Even the artist, she said her favorite artist is Biggie and Pimp C. She from Texas. She's into the anime, the gamer. Megan Thee Stallion related with so much different people, and then even with the party vibe, she was some like your homegirl that you could get lit with, and she catered to a lot of audiences in a way that was just comfortable for her. I'm gonna keep it a being with y'all. Meg gives me more of a socialite vibe, you know, like a socialite, but that's another video. In the case of Meg, right, she was like every woman's spirit animal when she first came out. Mixtapes, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I think her mixtapes is the best music that she ever put out in her career. Her vibe was in a different space then, right? That's when she first coming out. You hitting different shows, hitting different parties, hitting different events. And Meg, when Meg first came out, Meg was real hot. Like Meg's buzz when she was on that in that 1501 era, she was wildin', okay? Those mixtapes, the Tina Snow, the Fever, I listen to when Meg drops, and I'm gonna keep it a being. That was her top-notch music. And I'm not saying that anything that she put out prior to that is not on that same level, because look, y'all, Meg is somebody that does numbers. Meg has records that's like 4 times platinum, and that's the last time I checked. Meg, I know WAP with Cardi B is probably Meg's biggest single or song, and of course it's featured, but WAP is dang near probably almost quadruple platinum or diamond, or one of them. Meg has other songs like Savage, Big Ol' Freak. Those songs are like 3 times, 4 times platinum, y'all. And this is the last time I checked. When it comes to that spirit animal vibe, I'm not necessarily getting that the way I was before. I don't know if that's why I was mentioning in the last video. That could be why in that documentary, when Meg lied to Gayle King, you gotta understand, that's like the older woman demographic, right? Like, that's the woman that the soccer moms are listening to. I call them the elite womanhood club, all right? And of course, I'm saying that sarcastically. Meg was speaking to that crowd, and it's like, Meg, you're lying to them. And you know, of course, I'm sure Gayle King might not mind being called the B word when someone is talking about how she lied to them but look, we don't know what happened. We don't know if Meg told Gayle that she was gonna lie to her or what, but I'm not sure if Gayle King appreciates that. And you know, Oprah is a media tycoon. I'm not sure if how Oprah feels about that, because y'all know all of these people is connected. What I'm saying is that's one demographic. An elder woman, nobody likes being lied to like that. So there's older women that's like, oh nah, she lied. You have some of the younger ladies that's within Meg's generation that's like, oh wait, you smashed your best friends and then you said you was drunk. You took accountability, but in a weird way. That's kind of marginalizing in terms of public relatability. There's some women out there who they don't want to know that their friend is going to smash a guy that they're talking to, or a guy that they're interested in. A lot of women don't like that. There's also, when it comes to that socialite vibe, I do think that when Meg first came out, that's what her vibe was hitting on. So you see her with this person, you see her with that person, this person, that person, that person, this person, that person, this person, that person. She ends up at Rock Nation, which is where I think she wanted to be the whole time. But now, in the long run, what it is Meg has to figure out, how can she become the every woman's spirit animal again? And at this point, with that situation with the Tory Lanez, that is something that did play a factor into her career. And then they're also saying something about a video coming out, some video behind the scenes. In America, then you also got the Kelsey Nicole dynamic, and Kelsey got immunity, and all of these little things that eventually people collectively took notice of. Megan Thee Stallion is still doing 40K units, and she owns her masters and her music. She just dropped a second album in a year. She probably busts her management off, but she could do that through shows. She could do that through gigs and performing overseas, and her music is her money. I just know that she probably has a lucrative deal. Megan Thee Stallion, in my opinion, the public, America, I know some of the hotties, y'all probably don't really like academics, but America, peep this.
Control you. You do not matter. So now independent media is growing. With all due respect to all the outlets that I've named as non-independent, some of them might have a presence. But these days, what people consume hip-hop, and also I just want to say pop culture in general, from where they get their news, their tea, their talking points, their reviews, are not from those guys. They get them from the me's, even though I don't like the fuck nigga, Fantanos. They get them from the other independent media people. So let me be very clear, and this will touch a little bit of this and touch another situation. For anybody who's also thinking that academics is just blanketly saying that independent media should be able to do whatever they want, that is not true. I do think we should have accountability. And by the way, I think that we should push to have some accountability. For example, the whole Tasha K thing with Cardi B, I think that was flagrantly wrong. You made up something, or you repeated rumors about this woman having an STD habitually with zero proof. First of all, why are you speculating about her health status to the point you're doubling down on it? The ramifications of that could be very bad. I think Cardi B was more than nice in that situation. Hey, this is false. I'm telling you it's false. I'm reaching out to you, it's false. Could you take it down? Could you stop doing this? Now, granted, if you really think, number one, I don't really give a fuck about, I know one of these, I actually do know one of these fuck niggas that got AIDS in the game. I ain't gonna put it out there. But say if you thought it was within, I just don't think it's in my reporting realm to say it. And I know mad of these niggas got herpes. What the fuck? I'm just not gonna say it. But imagine if I did think it was within my wheelhouse to say it. If I did think so, I wouldn't be saying it on a flimsy whim of, yeah, this is what they saying. By the way, this also go for drug use. Now, it's cool. You might make a joke about, maybe off that stuff or whatever. But if you're doubling down, calling somebody either cokehead, this and third, and you're going really far, you're acting like you know this as a fact, like you've seen this person do this, or you have someone who has told you this, hey, keep doubling down if you want to, if that's the type of media you want to do. But just be prepared to at some point substantiate that if necessary, right? So I thought that the Cardi B thing, and by the way, everything I'm saying, the Cardi B, Tasha K thing, that's not something I'm supporting. What I am supporting, and I guess this ties into the Milagro, Rock Nation, Tory Lanez, Meg thing, is there's an angle here that's very painfully obvious to me. Rock Nation is having a PR problem with Meg. People don't have a good opinion of her. Men feel like she lied. There are media outlets and personalities, and it's not only Milagro. Joe hasn't believed this chick. Shit, even the biggest rapper, Drake. Yo, this chick she lying about shots. She, whatever, she a stallion. There's a lot of people that don't believe this woman, right?
Astrostetics.
This is what I don't respect. Is picking on the smallest of them, or not the smallest, because I'm not disrespecting Milagro either, but trying to pick on the ones you feel you could bully. But and by the way, let me just point out, if Milagro did post up some stuff about, you know, some fake picture, which was, I haven't read the full thing. If she did do it, it's a fake picture of Meg naked, I'm not supporting that neither. But we're not stupid. The aim of this, and even how they did it with Alex Spiro making that statement, the aim of this was to intimidate media outlets that don't have either the financial backing, maybe the insurance companies that are backing either what you say or your platform, and threaten you with basically going bankrupt or going down a financial path that you can't even, you know, continue your livelihood if you keep reporting certain narratives. And I think that's my biggest problem. So let me just be very clear. If someone who's a blogger thinks Tory's a piece of shit because of, you know, they sometimes be like, oh, we think you just don't like women. They said that about me. Whatever. Cool. That's not some grounds to try to intimidate that person. No, that's their opinion based on what they've seen, right? If someone thinks Tory's a piece of shit, Tory's team should not be suing them just because that's their thinking. If someone thinks Megan Thee Stallion's a liar based on some of this stuff, even though, by the way, the worst timing ever, Shorty comes out and admits she lied. If outlets or personalities say that shouldn't be grounds of you trying to censor them or sue them. And I think this is where there is a very slippery slope, because this lawsuit, again, the fake naked picture or whatever, okay, I don't know too much about that, but that sounds like some shit, even media wise, you should know, right? But if y'all are suing Milagro because she just don't like Meg for whatever reason, or she thinks she's a lying ass, whatever, because I got into the lawsuit a little bit, and you're gonna see that they have tweets from Milagro where Milagro is literally just saying this chick is a liar. Like, there's some tweets in there where she's just saying she's a liar, and then I look at that and I'm like, oh no, let me see if I can find something. It's like a lot. Okay, yeah, talking about credible. It's kind of lewd into her line, whatever. That's my problem with this lawsuit. And Rock Nation know what it is. Rock Nation specifically is targeting this person to send a bigger message to people in the media, because they can't change the perception of Meg with people keep calling her a liar. They want to silence people who are dissenting or in disagreement about what happened. Newsflash, and let's be very clear. Even after the trial, it would be, if you're in the media side of things, Tory got convicted. Now, people do get wrongly convicted, so if you have a doubt about that, cool, but Tory did get convicted, right? Now, Meg also did lie. So, wait, are we going to sue everybody who said Meg lied? That's the only part about this lawsuit I like. Like, they point out, let me see if I can search it here. Lie. Look, on June 23rd, whatever shared an audio of the defendant, Mrs. Cooper, which is Milagro, calling Mrs. Pete a lying ass hoe, claiming that Miss Pete ruined Tory's life. That's an opinion. That's an opinion. That's the opinion of a lot of people. So that then becomes, wait, are y'all just trying to censor or stop this woman from giving her opinion? And by the way, I'm saying this woman, but I'm extrapolating it. Because if we allow this overreach, and again, not everything I'm agreeing with that Milagro did, but if we then say, oh yeah, just sue everybody, that's how they start to control how people could speak about them. And what I told y'all, if they could control you, you don't matter. Who knows? Milagro is a personality. If she watched Meg a couple times and said, man, I get a lying-ass vibe from her, that's her opinion. That should be protected. Now, I do want to say, and before I don't want to go on this long soliloquy, half of these niggas in the media game, not only are they all selfish, they all want the top spot, but they ain't down to put the work in to get to this top spot, and they're all selfish as a motherfucker. And I've thought about this, and it appears that Milagro is being represented by Unite the People, who are also they've taken up the nonprofit effort of trying to represent Tory for his appeal. So they're also taking up the nonprofit effort to unite the people to represent Milagro in the situation. Okay? So I guess my next give me a second. Yeah, right here. So this is them saying they're going to represent Milagro. Now, I guess my next point, and I'm hoping to push this forward, but I don't think it'll go nowhere. And it could only help everybody but me. Let me tell you this. I feel very fortunate with this independent influx that we've gotten. And I do think that even if it ain't my fight, it is my fight, personally. I know half of these niggas, they don't want me to be number one, so they kick my back at any point. But it's all good, you know what I mean? I didn't get here by slandering other people. I got here by working hard. It's all good. I don't mind those people. This is my thought. And I'm down to put my money where my mouth is. I do think that, I'm not saying unionize because we compete with each other. I get it. But I do believe, and I hope the fans support this because I really don't think no other media outlet will support it. We should either have a fund or something of the sort to protect, because we're now seeing the labels and the goddamn artists are saying, if I can't stop you from making people call me a liar, I'm gonna sue you. That'll shut you up. By the way, in the lawsuit, they literally say they want an injunctive measure to have her stop talking about him. By the way, I know I was also mentioned in the lawsuit. They also mentioned me, which that's another fishing expedition, saying, nonetheless, bloggers and podcasters like DJ Academics present to the defendants post alongside conspiracy theories that Miss Pete was never shot. Okay? Rather than retract the false story, defendant doubled down to NBC News stating everything is okay, whatever. So yeah, I understand, and apparently Milagro said that there's a preservation order for her messages with me. Once again, a fishing expedition, but it's really and completely like Megan Thee Stallion don't want no money from Milagro. You know what she wants? She wants Milagro to issue an apology. I guarantee. Issue an apology and stop posting about me. Silence an apology and we let it go. I guarantee. Bro, Megan Thee Stallion is like, she's up tens of millions of dollars. You think she wants money from Milagro? She wants silence and an apology. I guarantee it. I guarantee right now Megan Thee Stallion's lawyer got with Milagro and said, hey, listen, I don't got enough money to defend myself if Milagro said this, and said, how can we solve this? Give a verbal apology and stop mentioning me. And we will dismiss within this amount of time if you at least it's going to be some weird shit like that. And for that, I was just like, this is some weirdo type of stuff. So let me just get to my proposal. My proposal is this, man. Again, it doesn't help me because I don't foresee, but I'm not God. I don't foresee me coming to y'all saying I need some legal fees. I already got legal shit going on and I handle it accordingly because it's all good. But there are smaller bloggers out here who are trying to do their version of journalism, and they also have an opinion. One thing I don't like about this new divide with the people who call themselves journalists and then the influencers or media personalities, for y'all little weird ass journalists, the reason why nobody comes to y'all for interviews, y'all don't have a platform. Asking questions, great art, but these days people like to hear the interpretation and the voice of the person they're getting that from. And yeah, you're gonna have to put your 2 cents in there. So when y'all get on y'all high and mighty and be like, yeah, these other people aren't journalists, yes, these newer people, whether it's some blogger or anybody else, they got their own opinion, they got their own POV. They're not here to be like some ancillary blend in the dark. This is why y'all are broke, right? Because when the artists stopped fucking with y'all, no one knew you for an opinion. Put it like this. We got, 16, 17,000 people on here right now. I don't got an artist on here because people said, no, I want to hear what I got to say about it. That does matter. That was my motto in coming into this game. So for y'all journalists, pipe down. Pipe down and get on the goddamn unemployment line. Or if you feel so good about your journalism, I'm hiring. But I do want to defend the people who are personalities. Again, I'm not defending all. And don't get this twisted. Because if you start really wilding out, Ak is not here to defend you. But I do want to say, in cases where especially smaller creators are being targeted or an attempt to silence them, me personally, I got 20 bands I think I want to throw in a pot. I want to throw in some type of fund to go help get some legal representation and not get bullied by no artists. I'm just sorry.
All right, so y'all heard what Academic said. Within that, right, Meg fixing that PR, we also got to throw in Meg getting on Milagro Graham's ass. Right now, Meg is on Milagro Graham's ass. Say what you want to say, but Milagro Grahams is low-key like the streets. Like, Milagro is raw with it, to the point with it, transparent with it. And people love that. And I put this out, Meg is moving like she's in an elite pocket. And you can move like you're in an elite pocket. I'm just like, there's a lot of things going on with Meg's career that people are like, wait, what's up with that? And y'all heard what Academics mentioned, and Academics speaking about media and all of these different things. How does she become the woman's spirit animal again? Can she even do that again? When she first came out, I think she was way more influential in a way to women than she is now. And I definitely do think an aspect of that is from how she dealt with the publicity and how she dealt with media. It's like, yo, Meg, you kind of are a socialite in a way. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, you kind of are a socialite. That's why people kind of rocked with you, because of Meg's social skills and how she networked. Some of the events in Meg's career kind of made her more reserved in terms of being that homegirl, that lit homegirl, and some of the stuff that she's rapping about. Like, when you ain't trying to be with your lit homegirl, and then it's like that, the whole traumazine stuff. Like, I think that there's just people out there who might not necessarily connect with some of that stuff all the way. Meg faces an interesting, that's why I said in the last video, Meg has an unorthodox career. Because it's like, how are you going to navigate, right? You're everybody's homegirl, you with everybody at the party, but then it's like, when the party is over, you still gotta, in a way, show up like that. But it's like these things, and you heard Academics say it's creating like somewhat of a PR problem. When I look at public relations, they'll call it public relations, but on my Astrostetics vibe, I call it public relatability. Like the public relatability factor for Meg, a lot of women, I think, essentially are having a hard time relating to, well, yo, this was my homegirl that I was getting lit with, and now I don't know if I could believe her because she's lying. That's why, in another one of my videos, I was like, yo, look, Meg should have never said nothing about this situation with Tory at all. She should have never said nothing. She should have just did nothing from the jump and just let it play out in court. Don't try to sway the public narrative in any way. Don't do no interviews. Just let it rock. And then in the courts, let them decide. But you see, even with that, they're also saying that there's a video that's lurking out there. And listen, if that ever comes out, it's really, really gonna be a serious problem. Now, I don't know anything at all of that's true. I'm gonna see it yet. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of things that intertwine with Meg's career that it's like, yo, she's not every woman's spirit animal anymore. The reasons for that is what Meg needs to explore in the hotties, alright? So look, y'all can keep getting on my ass. Holla at me on Twitter X and I'll see y'all over there. But make sure y'all subscribe to the Super Tube for the illest news. Holla. Yeah.